Prosecutors spent first days of testimony in Hunter Biden's gun trial detailing his drug problems. Federal prosecutors on Tuesday painted President Joe Biden's son Hunter as deceptive and driven by addiction, a man whose dark habits ensnared loved ones who knew what he was doing when he lied on a federal forum to purchase a gun in 2018. Jurors also got their first look at the document at the center of the case, and Hunter Biden's attorney argued that his client did not believe he was in the throes of an addiction when he stated in the paperwork that he did not have a drug problem. In the short time that he had the gun, he did nothing with it. The weapon was never even loaded, Attorney Abby Lowell said in an opening statement. So, I mean,
this is stuff they do to black folks.
This is
you know what I'm
crazy,
saying?
bro.
This is what they do to black folks. They want you for something, so they just make up a crime for you. Like, hey, you bought a gun. You didn't shoot nobody, but you bought a gun. You might have been on drugs. We don't have a drug test from then, but we suspect you was on some drugs. So we're just going to charge you with a whole bunch of stuff.
It's crazy, man.
Crazy.
Like, for the people who sit back and they're so angry about, because there's only one crime that, I mean, the one right now that he's getting charged with the campaign fight, whatever, you know, I don't really feel like that was a big deal in my opinion, because, you know, he paid a chick not to basically bust him out that he's knocking her off on the side. I'm not tripping about that. Who cares? However, if you guys can like be angry about this is some big rigged thing, it's set up, you're going after him, even though it's illegal to use campaign
finances
to
pay off porn stars
and then lie about it on paperwork and everything else. That's illegal. It's illegal. You should be angry about them going after a person who has no criminal record. How many people have been high? Not even saying you're high when you went to go buy the gun, but if the weeds, we all know that if you run a drug test on somebody, weed's going to stay in your system for 30 days or more. You know what I mean?
You know, it's crazy. It's like, you know, these politicians, they look at Hunter Biden and they talk so much trash about him for being on drugs. A lot of Americans have addiction. I've struggled with addiction before. A lot of people are struggling with addiction right now. To villainize these people that aren't committing crimes, they're just struggling because the pharmaceutical companies.
Let's look at what they did with as soon as fentanyl hit. Because it wasn't crack, because it wasn't affecting the black community.
No, they got safe injection sites.
Happen here. Oh my gosh, let's start making drug courts. Let's make these people so they don't have any crimes. They're addicted. They don't need to go to jail. They in Portland, Oregon, they cut it so these are no longer having drugs was no longer even a crime.
They reversed that real quick. They reversed that.
Do it for? They didn't reverse it that quickly. It's been years.
No, they just reversed it last month.
I understand, but it's been years.
You know, they had sympathy for people. So like for them to go after Hunter Biden like this, it don't make no sense.
Everything else, man. Having trials. They had a trial. This guy named Rayful Edmonds. He had a trial where they told the people you can't even see the jurors. They painted these kids. They was like 21 years old, 22 They made it so that they blacked out the juror box so that they couldn't even see them. They basically made the jurors feel like these guys are that dangerous. So if you see them, if they even see you, they might kill you. What do you think you're gonna do if you feel like you're already in danger? They can't even see you. This is how dangerous these people are. Come on, man. And so you guys are angry about him purchasing a gun. He's not a felon. He wasn't a felon at the time he purchased the gun.
You can't even prove he was on drugs at the time.
They're going to use his laptop. Probably
the laptop that was stolen.
Around this time, the laptop that was stolen. Another thing, too, his laptop that they got all this information from, he took in to get fixed somewhere. The dude who had his laptop went inside of his laptop into secret, into places in his laptop that he's not supposed to go. He knows it. He just used his computer savvy, tech geeky ass to go inside of this dude's laptop and start stealing documents and also putting things inside of here. He kept doing that 5 months after he had already fixed it.
I mean,
5 months after. So, and then now you're cool.
Think about after you can fix a laptop in 2 weeks. 5 months, you just thinking of things to do.
I don't even think he even had it for 5 months. He may have had it. I don't know. Don't quote me on that part. But if say he didn't, you could just keep on accessing things because you have you're in there now.
Yeah.
And now, so what are you putting in and what are you taking out? Who are you cooperating with and talking to in order to be able to know, oh, hey, I got Hunter Biden's thing. Who's paying you? But no one's asking these questions. They just want to blame a person who's not the president, who I never voted for, he's never ran for public office, never done anything like that. But everyone's so angry. I remember when I bought a house, I had he was a mortgage broker, mortgage agent, whatever you want to call him. I went to his office, right? This guy is a white dude. I go sit in his office. He sits down on his desk, and right above his head is a Make America Great hat. It looked like it was sitting on top of his head. That's how it looked. When you walk in his office, his chair was perfectly aligned to where it looked like the hat was sitting on his damn head.
That's what's up. You know I like that design.
No, I mean, that's why I wanted to cuss. This is when everything was like
Yeah, no, when I had my last job, they would.
This is during, and so look, I go in there and I'm sitting there and I'm talking to him, and this dude starts talking to me about Hunter Biden in the middle of me purchasing the property. He's talking to me about Hunter Biden. Why? Everybody who I know brings up Hunter. I said, man, did I vote for Hunter Biden or somebody?
Exactly.
I don't think I voted. I don't even know who the hell Hunter Biden is.
I don't talk about race, religion, or politics in public. That ain't my thing. I want to enjoy my corn on the cob and my glizzies, my hot dogs.
Hey, I'm gonna let you know what it is at the end of the day, because someone needs to step up and say something.